Welcome back to the month of Paradox with 90-Second Philosophy and Carneades.org. Today we're going to be looking at Meno's paradox for gaining knowledge. This is also known as the paradox of inquiry. Let's take a look. So, if you know the answer to a question, you cannot gain knowledge by asking it, because you already know the answer. But if you do not know the answer to a question, you will not recognize a correct answer when it is given. Therefore, you can't gain knowledge. So, if you were to ask someone, what is the capital of Mali, and they tell you it's Timbuktu, there's no way for you to know if that's right. However, the counter to this paradox might be something along the lines of, if you have some knowledge, you might be able to tell if an answer is correct, but not be able to actually tell what the answer is. If you know the conditional, if the atlas says X is the capital of Y, then it is the case. You might be able to say, what is the capital of Mali? It's Timbuktu, and respond by actually asking that question to an atlas or a reliable source like Google Maps, and finding out that it's something else. And yet, to respond again, the problem still seems to be that this fails to explain how we get knowledge to start with. How can you know that conditional that you use to find the knowledge? How can you know that what the atlas says is true? And if you ask someone that question, how can I know if something is true? They might give you an answer that you're unable to verify. Just check Wikipedia. How can you know if that statement is true or false if you don't have any knowledge at all to justify something? Well, maybe someone's going to respond by saying, if the rule you generally use is reliable, it generally gives knowledge, then it's correct. You test out Wikipedia to see if all the things it says are reliable. You say Wikipedia seems unreliable, but the encyclopedia seems more reliable. To counter one more time, the question is, how do you know that you are correct? One, that it was unreliable. If it's your only way of gaining knowledge, how can you know that it is reliable or not, if it's your only source and your only input? And even if you were correct as to its unreliability, how would you know that reliability is a valid way to gain knowledge? You had to come up with that axiom before you were able to start testing other axioms. So how do you know that this knowledge is reliable? So, before I get into just straight up defending skepticism, the question for you is this paradox veridical, falsidical, or antinomious? Watch a new paradox video every single day here at Carneades.org, and stay skeptical, everybody.